All right, let's jump right in. We're talking about a piece of tech that is completely flipping the script on how businesses get built. I'm talking about an AI that can spit out a full, professional brand identity in, well, minutes. It's wild. So let's dig into how this thing is rewriting the entire branding playbook.
No, seriously, just stop and think about that for a second. What if the whole shebang, the logo, the colors, the fonts, everything you need to actually go live, what if that could all be done in the time it takes you to watch this? It sounds like something out of a movie, right? But it's not. It's real, and it's happening right now.
Okay, so to really get why this is such a massive deal, we've got to look back at how things used to be done. For forever, building a brand has been this super long, super drawn out, and honestly kind of painful process.
I mean, if you've ever worked with a traditional agency, you know the drill. It's this whole long journey. First, there's the discovery phase, then you've got research and strategy, then concept development, and then, oh yeah, the endless back and forth revisions. And before you even know what hit you, boom, 6 months have flown by, just to get a brand guide.
And that delay, it has huge, huge consequences. The whole branding process just becomes this giant bottleneck, grinding everything to a halt. I mean, nothing else can move forward. Your marketing team's just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, the devs can't finish the website, your big product launch, pushed back. Again. It's a total momentum killer.
And here's the real kicker. For that slow-motion 6-month ordeal, you're often staring down a bill for over $100,000. Yeah, $100,000. That kind of money puts professional strategic branding way out of reach for pretty much every small business and startup out there. Well, until now.
All right, so let's completely change gears here. Let me introduce you to Lovart. Think of it as an AI art director that is just blowing up that old slow model we just talked about. This is the tool that's promising to give you that same agency-level quality, but we're talking minutes, not months.
So, how does this thing actually work? Well, this is not just another simple image generator. Under the hood, Lovart is running on a special model called MCOT, which stands for Mind Chain of Thought. It's basically designed to think like a human creative director. So instead of just, matching keywords to pictures, it's actually connecting the dots. It's looking at your business, who your customers are, what your market looks like, and then it makes real strategic visual decisions based on all that.
And for you, the user, the process couldn't be easier. You literally just write a simple sentence describing your business. That's it. From that one prompt, the AI takes the wheel, does all that strategic thinking, and then hands you back a complete brand system. We're not just talking about a logo here. We're talking about the whole package.
Okay, that all sounds amazing in theory, right? But what does the stuff it makes actually look like? The proof is in the pudding. So let's look at some real-world examples that were put to the test. So check this out. We've got 4 totally different brands, all built by this one AI. There's a high-end coffee shop, a cute pet supply company, an eco-friendly home goods store, and a wellness brand. I mean, you can't get much more different than that, right? Different vibes, different customers, different industries. So first up, we've got Duck Coffee. The goal here was a premium, minimalist vibe for a pretty sophisticated crowd. And look what the AI came up with, a super clean, high-end identity. It used these neutral colors, simple, elegant fonts. It totally got that for a premium brand. Less is almost always more. Okay, now let's do a complete 180. For Cozy Kitten, the AI understood that pet stuff needs to feel warm and friendly and, playful. So it whipped up these adorable illustrations and used this warm orange color palette to really connect with pet lovers on an emotional level. It's the same AI, but a totally different psychological approach. That's the key.
And then there's Aracasa, the eco-friendly brand. The AI immediately knew what to do. It tapped right into that visual language we all associate with sustainability. It used greens, it used natural imagery, and it instantly told you what the brand was all about. This really shows you it's not just making pretty pictures. It gets the context.
All right, so we've seen what this AI can cook up, but how does it really, truly stack up against a traditional agency? Let's put them in the ring, head to head.
Just look at these numbers. It's not even a fair fight. In one corner, you've got months. In the other, you've got minutes. In one corner, $100,000 plus. In the other, a monthly subscription that costs less than your phone bill. And instead of endless, painful revisions, you get to iterate instantly. The difference isn't just big, it's absolutely staggering.
And this, right here, is the key difference. This is what separates a tool like Lovart from all those other AI image generators out there.
See, most of them just make pretty, one-off pictures. Lovart builds you a whole strategic system. It gets the psychology behind branding. It builds you assets that are designed to do one thing: convert customers and actually sell your products.
Okay, let's zoom out for a minute and think about the big picture here. What does all this really mean? Because this isn't just some cool new gadget. This is a fundamental shift. It's changing who even gets to play in the world of professional design.
And what's so fascinating is who wins here. And the answer seems to be pretty much everyone. Small businesses, they can suddenly get branding that looks like it came from a Fortune 500 company. Startups, they can launch way faster and look legit from day one. Even the agencies win. They can automate all the tedious grunt work and focus on the really high-level strategy that clients pay big bucks for.
So what it all boils down to is this: the biggest walls that have always stood in the way of great branding. I'm talking about crazy costs and insane timelines. They've basically just been knocked down. Professional design is being democratized, and it's leveling the playing field for literally everyone.
Look, it's pretty clear this stuff is here to stay, and it's already changing everything. So the real question isn't if AI is going to reshape the world of branding. That's a done deal. The only question left is, are you going to be the one leading the charge, or are you going to be the one trying to catch up?